just a reminder to people, just because we don't have a striker, and it is a fair concern, doesn't mean you can let in 2-2 for goals at the back. Very quickly, for shout out to a good person who I met the other day, Ian Hall. Really pleasant, reacted really pleasant with me, so can't complain. When people say that they like your stuff, then it really does make your day. But anyway, you know who you are anyway. But regardless, I suppose I've got to talk about the game, haven't I? As I said in the intro, I do believe that not having a striker, while a valid concern, and I think for supporters are right to raise it and bring it up, doesn't excuse the fact that both Swansea's goals I thought were really pathetically defended. And I know we're going to concede goals, obviously. And I'm not as annoyed about it. I'm annoyed about the timing of the second one, I must admit. But, like I said, awful defending in the first half cost us, especially the second one, which was right before half-time. At 1-0, you've got a good chance to get back in the game, as the second half does indeed go on. But obviously, having the second one, I think, made it an uphill task. Saying that, though, we did manage to get a goal at the start of the second half. Jack Clarke scored a very good finish from the left-hand side of the 6-yard area, or just outside it, rather. To drill it home into the bottom right corner. Very, very good finish. Across the whole game, I saw people in the first half or at half-time saying Swansea absolutely battered us, which I completely disagree with. I think that they had little spells of dominance, but I think across the whole first half, I didn't think they were particularly great. I felt that the first 15 minutes definitely deserved the lead. First 15 minutes, we weren't quick enough. We didn't get out. We didn't force them out quick enough. We were penned in too easily. But again, you got to give them credit. They had some good passages of play in the build-up to that. I think for 10-15 minutes before the second goal, I thought Sunderland was starting to get into the game without really doing all that much. And that is where a striker is needed. But as I've said, not having a striker doesn't make us go 2-0 down before half-time. And obviously, that was the killer one. That was the sucker punch, because it meant there was a big task in the second half. Sunderland's goal was good, as I said earlier. But from there, similar to Blackpool and Preston, huffed and puffed, but just couldn't quite break the house down. I know that people are going to get sick of that analogy before long, aren't they? But yeah, it obviously was disappointing not to come away with anything. But at the end of the day, Swansea have just won their last 4 now, including this one, unfortunately. So, they've done well. And obviously they got a nice injury time winner at Watford. See how long Slaven Village lasts. But yeah, onwards and upwards. We've still got 7 games before the World Cup. We've got a big game next week against Wigan, fellow promoted side at home. And Wigan have only lost one away game so far this season. But for me, I'd still be disappointed to not beat them. Even without a striker, I'd be disappointed not to get something next week at least. Or preferably get a win, to be honest. But there you have it. We'll just have to move on. Anyway, guys, I'll love you and leave you there, because really in spells of the game, not as much happened. Regardless, as I said loads of times in my analytics, I'm trying to get 5,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and I'm so close to 4,100, and there's more people that watch that aren't subscribed than are. So if you could hit that subscribe button, that would mean the absolute world to me. And yeah, I'll see you next week for the Wigan game. Fingers crossed we'll get back to winning ways then. Away the lads.